So Milwaukee Tools is known for the power tools, but they're getting heavily into hand tools, especially for the automotive side. And they sent me out to their new product symposium, and they showed us all their new hand tools, including ratchets, 1/4 inch and 3/8 drive ratchets, socket sets, ratcheting wrenches, and some hand tools. So I thought I would put this little video together and show you guys what they are coming out with, and also talk to you a little bit about how these wrenches are all holding up. I've been using them for about 6 months now, and I actually retired my wrenches, my regular snap-on wrenches, retired those in the box, and only use the Milwaukee wrenches to check out and see how durable these are, and how they're really going to hold up in a real-world situation. So I use these every day on every job that I do, all of them. So I wanted to give you some close-up view of some of the wear and tear on the wrenches, and so you guys can see that, and also share with you some of the clips from the new tool symposium that Milwaukee sent me to. So stay tuned for that. So they sent me the metric wrenches, and like I said, I retired my snap-on wrenches. I put them in my other toolbox and basically locked them up in here, and haven't used them since. I've only been using the new Milwaukee wrenches. That way I can test the usability and the durability of the wrenches, and that way I can give you guys an honest report back. And so far, these have been amazing. They do have wear on them. I use these on suspension work, engine work, you name it. These wrenches get used every day. You know, not just for like once every now and then. These are used all day, 8 hours a day for the last 6 months. And as you look here, there's a little bit of wear on the chrome, on the finish, but if you're using your tools, that's to be expected. So like I said, Milwaukee is heavily invested in the automotive side for their tools, and they're coming out with more and more of these hand tools like this along with their power tools. So they've just recently sent me out the ratcheting wrenches to try out and see how they are. They are the same quality metal and finish and chrome as the original box-in wrenches. I've been using them for about 5 or 6 weeks now. Not a whole lot of time on them, but so far what I've used them for, they've worked very well. I've put quite a bit of torque on them, and they've held up. I did want to inform you about a drawback they do have, so we've got to use our imagination here. So pretend like we're backing a bolt out, and if you back the bolt out and it wedges against something, there's no way for you to reverse it to get the wrench off. So most wrenches have a switch, or a lot of ratcheting wrenches have a switch so you can go back the opposite direction. But this particular wrench, it requires you to take the wrench off the bolt, flip it over, and to go the opposite direction. So if you're using these, you got to keep that in mind. It is possible to get the wrench stuck. So in the next clip, I'll let the people at Milwaukee tell you about the new sockets and ratchets coming out.
So as you guys already know and have seen more of today, Milwaukee's built up some awesome brand equity in the automotive space with the success of our M12, M18 power tools, fuel ratchets, high torque impacts, etc. Users are starting to really trust Milwaukee in that space, so it makes sense that we get in on that from a hand tool perspective. So we kind of stuck our toe in the water last year with a few products, our picks and pry bars and combination wrenches, and users have really liked those so far. But one of the questions I get all the time is, this is great, but when are you going to have ratcheting wrenches? So I'm really excited to share with you guys the Milwaukee ratcheting wrenches are now shipping as of this week. They have some really awesome features. So typically on a ratcheting wrench, you have your 72 tooth pawl with 5 degrees of arc swing. And this allows users to work in tighter spaces than a fixed wrench would allow. Milwaukee wrenches have 2.5 degrees of arc swing, so users only need to swing the wrench half as far to engage the next tooth, allowing them to work in even smaller spots than a typical design would. We accomplish that with a durable double-stacked pawl. So there's two pawls instead of just one, giving us that really high tooth count, low arc swing. This is also a very robust mechanism, which gives us the longest ratchet life on the market. So really low arc swing, yes, still super durable. We've kept all the features that users know from our standard combination wrenches. So that's the max bite open end. That's some teeth and geometry that you see here. Helps reduce rounding and gives users 25% more torque before slipping than you would see with a smooth jaw open end. We also have our rounded I-beam design, and this is more comfortable in the palms under high torque than a really thin, sharp-edged wrench would have. The final piece is how we label and store our wrenches. We put a lot of thought in how these users store their tools full time. When you buy a wrench set, it comes in a V-shaped tray, and when you put that in a drawer, you can lose some of that corner space. So that's why Milwaukee wrenches nest together like this and form a rectangle. They sit flush with the side of the drawer and allow users to be really organized and use all of their space really efficiently. Finally, how we label these tools. All of our wrenches have an ink-filled size label. So our standard sets have a red ink fill and our metric have black. This is a lot more readable than chrome on chrome or laser etch on chrome would be. Helps our users grab the right tool when they need it and stay really organized. So like I said, these are shipping now, and we have 4 sets total, standard and metric in both 15 and 7-piece sets. You guys will follow me now. Auto mechanics need these, but all of our core users, every homeowner needs a socket set too. So a lot of potential for us there. We wanted to make sure we came to market with something unique. So I'm passing around a socket now. You'll see that we have a very unique socket design. We have 4 parallel flats around the bottom, which accomplishes 2 things. The first is that it deters rolling. So if you've ever dropped a socket and watched it roll away from you, these parallel flats help it come to a stop much faster. It's also wrench compatible. So as you see here, you can put your adjustable or combination wrench around those flats and start turning the socket that way. This is really helpful if your ratchet's not nearby or if you don't have room for it. The ratchet itself has a slim profile and a 90-tooth design for 4 degrees of arc swing. So again, helping users work in those tight spots. Finally, I want to talk about how these are stored. Like wrenches, we put a lot of thought into how users store their tools. So every set comes in a carrying tray with a removable storage tray, or carrying case with a removable tray. So this gives users options. This is perfect for the professional mechanic who works out of their steel storage chest every day, but it's also really great for a user who's going on and off the job site to different locations every day for their job, keeping them really portable and still organized. These are launching in July with 1/4" and 3/8 drives, 6 sets total.
I'm Brian Esser from How to Automotive. I'd like to thank you guys for watching my videos. Encourage you to subscribe. Invite you to head over to the howtoautomotive.com website for more valuable videos like this. I will also be linking up as many of these tools that are available now in the description. And I'd like to thank you again for watching.